lots to talk about this week. But first, some of you people are really talented and have offered to help me in many ways, like with the editing, taking B-roll shots, or even music. I don't ask because I'm a bit of a control freak. But if you want to help, bring a plastic bag, latex gloves, and help me scoop the poop. I should do a video about the day in a life with the team. If you think you can help enhance the quality of my video production, I'm all ears. Drop me a line. I can't wait to read those suggestions. I don't know where you are living or the weather that you are experiencing, but here on the Gold Coast where I live, it's hot. I'm not talking warm, I'm talking hot. Like 37, 40 and 42 degrees Celsius. And for you people still living with imperial units, that's 104, 111 and about 114 Fahrenheit. Come on, my good buddies in the US, isn't it time that you moved up with the times? Or do you still want to stay in line with Liberia and Myanmar? Burma. But what makes this heat even worse is the humidity. It's like up around 60 to 70%. I need a drink. Ready? You see, cold weather can make a person miserable, unless of course you're a polar bear. And the constant heat every day for the last 13 days makes you angry. Unless of course you're a snake, or an armadillo, or a deer. I don't know, who lives in hot weather? In the coming weeks, I'm going to be giving a big shout out to all those people who have supported me by donating your hard-earned dollars to fund my trip to visit each and every one of you in person and have a beer or a whiskey. Seriously though, your generosity hasn't gone unnoticed. Ooh, and speaking of trips, every week that I do a video, we are etching our way closer to India, where Spook and I will be traversing that country to raise money for elephants, tigers, and dog sanctuaries. And if you would like to give a one-off donation because you think what Barry and I are doing is a great thing for animal kind, see what I did there? Then jump over to our GoFundMe page where you can make a donation for as little as you like. And the more you sponsor us, the more we will do for you. You just got to ask and we will do anything you want, and I'm sure Barry will do it for you because I'm not cheap. I'll put all the links in the description where you can visit our GoFundMe page. Next week, you get to meet Spook. He is younger, more intelligent, better looking, and healthier than a bread roll. The guy was born in Michigan, but is now a fully fledged all-Australian white cisgendered male. But that's next week. Anywho, before I get into the main story, I want to warn you people that the following may contain absurd people and crazy antics, and you may even pee your pants a little. If you are easily offended, I will see you next week. So, exit out now. Still here? Well, grab your whiskey, Rudy, because this is going to be a wild ride. A woman was arrested this morning in Greenville, Mississippi after trying to steal a 15-pound pumpkin from a supermarket by inserting the large squash in her vaginal cavity. 31-year-old Sonia Smith was intercepted by security guards from a SuperValu store after they saw her enter the store's bathroom with the pumpkin and come out without it. The security guards first thought Mrs. Smith had either eaten the pumpkin or flushed it down the toilet, but they soon noticed that she was sweating heavily and looked very uncomfortable. Maybe she's on the Gold Coast. James Reynolds, one of the security guards who intercepted Miss Smith, says that he was in disbelief when he understood where she had put it. My colleague suddenly went pale and started muttering something like, "She can't have, that's impossible." After a few seconds, I understood what he was thinking and I instantly felt very nauseous. The two security guards called the Greenville Police Department, who rapidly proceeded to a cavity search and discovered the pumpkin. Hey fellas, hurry! You gotta do this rapidly. Mr. Reynolds says the officers dispatched thought that they were being pranked when they first explained the situation. "G'day officer, how you going? There's a woman in there who's stolen a pumpkin." "Yeah, no big deal. It's just in her vagina." The policeman couldn't believe that any woman could fit an entire pumpkin down there. Down there? Isn't it up there? They only accepted to search her because she was screaming and yelling like she was giving birth. The squash showed extremely difficult to extract, and the 31-year-old woman had to be transported to the hospital where it was finally removed after a delicate 2-hour surgery. Oh yeah? What type of pumpkin are we talking about here? The Diablo, the Golden Nugget, or a butternut pumpkin? Or was it one of these? That's not a pumpkin. This is a pumpkin. Sonia Smith now faces 2 charges. 2 charges? She should get a medal for that. But she could be judged unfit to stand trial due to her long history of psychiatric problems. Seriously? No. She has a psychiatric problem? Oh, come on. What makes you think that? Oh, come on. Anyone can fit a squash up there. Let me show you. Because I'm a male and I have a vagina.
I have a vagina.
So I can do that. This is going nowhere. I'm not even going to do this video. I need a drink. The woman has already made several stays in mental institutions across the state since 2009. A source close to her family has confirmed that she suffered from schizophrenia and hears voices that command her to insert various objects into her body cavities. Those voices are just her boyfriend. Gone, put a pumpkin up there. Now seriously, hang on, I've got a motocross bike. Why don't we just go and get there? Hello, 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 hello. How big is this freaking pumpkin? The result of her psychiatric evaluation should be available in 2 or 3 weeks. Why does it take that long? What? Come and see me. Sit down, ma'am. What seems to be the problem? I'm sorry, you what? Oh, you put objects up into your vagina. Like what? Oh, like a butternut pumpkin. Oh, okay. Oh, how big are they? Oh, this big? No. Oh, let me get back to you in 2 or 3 weeks. Let's just see if you're okay. Let me diagnose her. You're crazy, lady. There you go. Diagnosis done. And I'm sweating. I haven't even had a pumpkin today. What? It's fake news. Oh, come on. This is a great story. I just read that the woman accused of stealing a pumpkin by hiding it in her vagina is fake news. This is not true. It is all fake. It's a hoax. In fact, the photo used in this fake story is the mugshot of a woman identified as Amy E. Slayton, arrested for shoplifting in Morganfield, Kentucky on June 21, 2010. You can see the archived arrest record here. But I was intrigued. I thought there must be more stories like that, so I delved in deep. I got my team to do some research and found this. It seems that pumpkins are the best part of autumn or fall, whether it's carving them or baking with them. I love a good pumpkin-scented activity. That's why this year I've decided to shove some pumpkin in my vagina. Why not? She went on to say, when I went to the pumpkin patch this year, I got way too many pumpkins. Even after making several pies and jack-o'-lanterns, I still had 4 left over. I had no choice but to get creative and thought, how am I going to use my pumpkins this season? Scooping out the inside of a pumpkin and then putting it in my vagina felt like a natural step to take. And if you're freaking out, don't. I take the seeds out. I'm not disgusting. You might wonder why some people would go ahead and put a pumpkin inside of their own vagina, but I'll go ahead and ask you, why the hell not? I love pumpkin everything, so it was just a natural step to go full pumpkin vagina. She says, so far it's been working out well. My vagina smells like a pumpkin, which makes sense because there's lots of pumpkin in my vagina. It's comfortable and feels completely natural. This experiment has only enhanced my love for pumpkins. I mean, if I really want to embrace my love of pumpkins, all my body and me should be involved, right? Pumpkins are my thing, and I'm not about to give that up. Sticking the soft, sweet goo of pumpkin inside of me secures my status as the #1 pumpkin lover. I also hear on the grapevine that her husband's name is Peter, and he's a pumpkin eater. What G-Mann wants to know is, apart from Tony the tampon and the occasional pumpkin, what else have you put up your vaginal cavity? I'd love to hear your comments on this story, and as usual, do what you got to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment, flick that story across to everyone that you know. There's only a couple of more days left in Manuary, so grab your whiskey and have a drink with Rudy and I. Now go away and put some hairs on your chest. You too, fellas. I'm Gerald Pauschmann for The Point TV.